in the person of Mr. Hovland from Norway. Sila po ang nag-ano po ng proseso.
Mr. Hovland, the firearms, the 4,000 firearms, how are they being handled once they were surrendered to the government?
Yeah.
What
Mr.
kind of
Chair,
accounting do we do?
Your Honor, we in the independent decommissioning body, we receive and decommission the firearms. We register them. We do a function test of the firearms. So all the firearms we receive are operational, and then we store them according to the agreement.
Labag ito sa batas ng Pilipino. So ibig sabihin, yung mga nag-surrender na MILF, hindi sakop ng batas ng ating bansa. Parang mali naman yata to. Panloloko naman yata ng bansang Pilipino to. Bakit hindi sila tatalima sa batas na ang bawat mamayan ang kinakailangan sumunod?
Sir, nandito po yung ating Vice Chair ng Independent Decommissioning Body in the person of Mr. Hovland from Norway. Sila po ang nag-ano po ng proseso.
Mr. Hovland, the firearms, the 4,000 firearms, how are they being handled once they were surrendered to the government?
Yeah.
What
Mr.
kind of
Chair,
accounting do we do?
Your Honor, we in the independent decommissioning body, we receive and decommission the firearms. We register them. We do a function test of the firearms. So all the firearms we receive are operational, and then we store them according to the agreement. We also take in the registration number of the weapon, and according to the agreement between the parties, that is to be confidential for the independent decommissioning body.
Can we have records of those firearms that were surrendered, the serial numbers, and are they stored in a database where it will be accessible to the PNP and NBI and even the military? Like I said earlier, if there's an operation conducted by these authorities and in the process they were able to recover firearms in those operations, at least they can make some cross-checking to ensure that none of those firearms they recovered during their operations came from the weapons that were surrendered from the decommissioning process.
So for now, we are bound by our mandate given to us by the two parties, the government of the Philippines and the Moro Islamic Liberation Front. And in the terms of reference of the IDB, it says that all information, data, or opinions gathered, generated or exchanged in connection with the work of IDB are confidential and may not be divulged to an organization, individual, or entity. But if the parties would, of course, agree that we should share that, we could be open to do so. But for now, we're bound by our mandate.
So right now, it's confidential, so you cannot divulge to us the firearms, what kind of firearms are those, the serial numbers, that's confidential? You mean the Filipino people doesn't have the right to know?
So
Sir?
So Your Honor, we in the IDB, when we finished each phase of decommissioning, we send a report to our principal, which is a two-piece panels.
I understand, sir. I understand. I know where you're coming from. I know what you're saying. But the thing is, there was more than 2-point-something billion spent for this program. In exchange, they have to surrender their weapons. And I just want those weapons accounted for. First, where are they stored? And then second, how are they being handled? And then third, they should be in a database, like I said, for the third time, which will be accessible to everybody, especially the PNP, the NBI, the AFP, in case they need to check those database, those serial numbers of those firearms, then they can always go to that computer and look it for themselves.
So, Your Honor, I understand your question. I understand your need to do so. I really do. So we have our mandate now, and I can also answer what we do with the weapons. We store them in a secure storage area, and then according to the agreement, after the fourth phase, or when the parties agree, we will put them beyond use.
So even a video, you can show us a video, even pictures of those weapons?
So we had
Still confidential?
No, we had two large events in Cotabato, where we had display of all the firearms that we received for the face, witnessed by.
Can you show us some videos at least, or pictures? Because 4,000 is a lot of firearms, and I just want to make sure that those firearms are really well kept and being protected.
Yeah. So, Your Honor, we're very glad to submit pictures and videos of the weapons, so you can see that.
So right now, you cannot submit to us the serial numbers of those firearms. It's not stored in any database because you said it's confidential unless both parties agree to divulge those kind of information to us, to the Filipino people. Is that what you're saying, sir?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay. Then,
With the
Mr. Chair.
permission of
Yes, with the
Senator
permission
Tulfo.
of Senator Tulfo.
yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Yes, with the permission of Senator Tulfo. Republic Act 10591, referred to as the Comprehensive Firearms and Ammunition Regulations Act, mandates all government agencies, military and law enforcement organizations, LGUs, and corporations owned and controlled by the government provide the PNP with an inventory of all the weapons and ammunition they possess. Why is it, therefore, that the 4,625 decommissioned firearms are not included in said inventory? And as stated, you are bound by your mandates to keep these records confidential. Bakit ganon? Labag ito sa batas ng Pilipino. So, ibig sabihin, yung mga nag-surrender na MILF, hindi sakop ng batas ng ating bansa. Parang mali naman yata to. Panloloko naman yata ng bansang Pilipino to. Bakit hindi sila tatalima sa batas na ang bawat mamayan ang kinakailangan sumunod?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, can I add to the point of
Yes, sir.
Senator Amy?
Toto.
Mr. Chair, I don't know if there's a conflict between what is the existing law that our resource person is talking about, if it runs in conflict with the firearms comprehensive law. I don't know. We have to study on that because maybe, I'm sure, the ones who formulated this law ay talagang inobserba itong firearms, the existence of the firearms comprehensive firearms law. So, titingnan natin siguro, Mr. Chair, kung saan ang conflict dito.
Yes, I'd just like to follow up. Having gone through the papers submitted, ang hinahanap ko po, sinasabi ninyo yung annex for normalization. What is the written basis, the legal basis for the number of 40,000 MILF combatants and the legal basis of the 7,000 firearms? Meron bang legal basis yan? Kasi nahanap ko rito, sabi annex. Asan yung annex? Nasa annex lang ng normalization. Yun ang sinasabi ninyo. Pero wala naman dun sa annex nakatakda yung 40 at saka 70,000. Anong basehan natin ng lahat niyan?
Madam Chair, sir.
Yes, please.
Yes. Your Honors, we have the basis, which is basically the written letter of Chair Minister Murad to President Aquino dated 2010. We can submit it
And
to you.
in the letter, it's indicated the 40,000
Yes,
combatants
Your Honor.
and the 7,000.
Yes, Your Honor.
And a mere letter is now considered law that supersedes all existing firearms and ammunition codes recognized here in the territory of the Republic of the Philippines. Is that correct?
No, Your Honor.
This is a mere letter, sir.
Yes,
I have
but-
never heard of a mere letter overturning our entire construct of firearms and ammunition law.
The comprehensive agreement was written 2014.
I'm aware. It went through 2014, 2015, and finally 2019.
Yes,
Pero
yes.
hinahanap ko yung legal basis po ninyo. Saan ba galing yan? Kasi hanggang ngayon, ang sinasabi, wala namang listahang binibigay sa gobyerno kahit kailan, nitong 40,000. Tama ba yun? Wala ba talagang listahan ng mga combatants na 40,000 na ginawa nating target?
The submission of the combatants is in a gradual.
I understand po it's in phases,
In phases.
and we are now in the third phase. That's
The fourth final phase. po.
fourth and final phase, which is fully explained. Pero sino nagbigay ng listahan na yan? Kasi nagtataka ang marami, kanya-kanyang MILF. And some MILF are more equal than others. Is that true?
The list is being signed by the implementing panel of the MILF.
But these are foreigners.
No,
Certainly,
no.
they derive the information from somewhere else,
The
locally.
the implementing panel, Your Honors, are full. They are MILF and the GPH implementing panel. It is-
Senator Tulfo, is the list of 40,000 combatants also confidential?
Your
Or
Honor,
are we privy to that list?
Your Honor, the process of the submission of the.
We're aware there is a process. I'm looking for names, sir. These are what the local officials, the local combatants, the local decommissioned officers are looking for. Nobody understands your list, sir.
We can provide the list if needed, Your Honors. It is located in our data.
Yes, in your list, do we have data
Yes, Your Honor.
explaining which base commands they belong to?
Yes, Your Honor.
They're identified,
Yes, Your Honor.
their rank, their role and purpose, and the base command to which they report. Kompleto po ba yun?
Can I refer you to the chair of the decommissioning body, because they're the one who provided the validations and the verification.
Mr. Chair, Your Honor, when we receive and decommission the combatant, we take in information on the combatant, as you mentioned now. We categorize some of it as not sensitive information, that will be name, address, birth of date, and so on. And then there are some information that are sensitive, we call guerrilla information. That might be the base command, rank, such information. So the first part, the non-sensitive, we transfer over to the TFDCC and DSWD, which they have. The second part, the more sensitive information, the guerrilla information, is for us to keep confidential for now. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. However, the concern is that whereas around 26,000 combatants are supposedly decommissioned, the base commands have not been dismantled. Until today, the MILF continues to operate these base commands, all 6 of them. We have also spent a great deal of money, I believe upwards of 600 million pesos, on the Joint Task Forces on Camps Transformation. What exactly is going on with these camps? And why is it that with all these 26,000, wala pa rin, buo pa rin ang mga kampo ng MILF?
Your Honor, because of the pandemic, we were derailed by 3 years. That's why last year.
Pero nasa phase 4 na po kayo, patapos na po to.
There is a different some sort of process on the transformation of camps.
But you therefore make the admission that the MILF base camps are intact and in operation without any transformation having been undertaken. Is that correct?
No, Your Honor, there is already transformation in some effect.
What exactly has been transformed? We see them exactly as they were before.
For example, in Camp Bilal, we have seen a lot of transformation.
Can you please be specific, sir?
So we have already converted the 300 hectares into some sort of a village, wherein we will.
It was a village before.
No, ma'am, it's a camp. It's a Camp Bilal.
Yes, but civilians were living in that camp. There were
Yes,
children
yes,
and
Your Honor.
mothers as well.
Yes, Your Honor.